What up, it's your boy Dvrth at it again with another video, and today we are here with MEGALOBOX episode 13, the final episode, I believe. I'm pretty sure. Let me check real quick. Yeah, this is the final episode. This has been a really short series to go through, but it feels like we've been on this short but sweet journey for a while, enough and long enough for me to miss it when it's gone, even though there is a second season. But last episode we had a fantastic setup for the fight of Yuri and Joe. We saw Yuri earn our respect through sheer pain and willpower, a pain that I haven't seen somebody go through in a while. That's like a pain that is so bad. I mean, like, that looked really bad for him. So I had no choice but to respect Yuri at the end of the day. You know, Yuri was already gaining my respect, but now I truly have his respect for this upcoming fight, which is exactly what I needed to truly enjoy this fight. Hoping we get to fight this episode. I don't know if we'll get to fight next season or something like that, or maybe it'll just like set up more, but we'll see. We'll see where this ends. I'm actually really interested in seeing how this ends. So we're going to hop straight into it. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, all the other stuff. If you're just a lurker, I appreciate you too. If you have any requests, whether it be more Megalobox or something totally different, the best place to send that in is always my social media. Link's going to be in the description below. And if you want these episodes early or the full reaction to these episodes, you can subscribe to my Patreon. Link's going to be below for that as well. Also, we will be doing season 2. Just to say again, we will be doing season 2. It'll just be a bit of a wait because, you know, I don't like to I don't like to marathon anime once I finish the season, because it kind of helps me enjoy the show a little bit more. So I'm pretty sure we'll wait a little bit to get into season 2. Probably won't be that long. You know, don't expect me to be gone from it for like 6 months, but you know, we'll wait a little bit. We'll give this show some time to breathe. So with all that being said, let's get our headphones, make sure they're on, them bitches is on, and let's just let's get into it. Hey, he's getting it. No eyes, no problem. Hey, yep. No eyes, no problem. Oh, yep. This is a ticket for a dog race. Same thing. Yeah, he gave the same thing to Aragaki. What's that? Carpe diem. Carpe diem, boys. Carpe diem. Yeah, fuck going on? Oh, nice. Man, this is gonna be the last time we hear this. Oh, it's gonna be the last time that we hear the cowbell. Let me hear the cowbell one more last time. Bro, I love that cowbell. Jesus, man. Yep. This is perfect. Oh, yeah, he still got that punch on him. Oh, he still got some snap to his punches. Don't fuck around, Joe. Be cold. Okay. Oh. Right. He still bleeds. He still bleeds. Won't be able to say, oh. I see. He's just keeping himself going. Because he knows he stops, he's stopping. Oh my god, Yuri's good. Okay, that's a... Hard, hard, hard. Oh, fuck. Weave. Make him. Oh, fuck. Oh. Oh. God damn. Let's go. Nice. He's gonna switch it up again. Oh my god, he didn't even have to that time. Nice. Let's go. God damn it. Alright, let's get it. Let's get it. That is something that you would have to ask. Can you equip guns? Yeah, but right, you've been showing it as a weapon. It's not pity. Yeah. Right, that's respect, dog. Get your energy up. I want to fight you. I ain't trying to fight you dehydrated, bitch ass nigga. Let's get this. Jesus, man. They going at it for real. I mean, like 10 rounds, dog. Bitch. Ooh, that's real. Real shit. Real shit. Cause my man's got to pick his own path. Being nameless wasn't that bad because he got to pick his own future there. Fuck all that. Don't listen to him, Joe. Come on. Right. Have you ever seen this man quit? That's my dog for real. Jesus, man. Round 13. It's interesting that this is the first one in the first round 13 in Megaloboxing history. And it's with people that don't have gear. Let's go. Oh! 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 This is hard. Oh my god. Oh, he. My god. Oh god, this is history right here. That's real. Damn. Damn. Oh. Oh, this is so cool. Damn right. You damn right. Let's get it. Oh! Oh God. Holy fuck. Damn, what happened? The outcome? What? Oh, dude, no way. No way. Why is he speaking into a carrot? What the fuck? What the fuck? Right, you just speaking into a carrot, bro. Come on now. But you got another gym. That's so cool. Dude, no. Okay. Well, he's up. But
前に俺に言ったよな。信じた自分を信じる。そんな生き方も悪くねえって。
ああ、それにこうも言ったぜ。本物のボクサーってのはあんたみてえなやつなのかもなってよ。
damn.
チームだからできたんだ。
Yay! Yay! Yeah.
やりゃできるじゃないか。
Nice. Nice. Yeah, yeah, he brought him the gear. Sick. Nice, bro. This is wow. Wow. He put it up for now. And that's okay. And that is okay. Let's see it real quick. I have to see it. I know I stopped it, but I have to see this. Megalonia tournament finals. Round or 13 rounds. 2 minutes and 51 second KO. Winner, Gearless Joe. 7 matches, 7 wins, 0 losses. There's something pure about this show. When I first picked up the show, I pretty much picked it up because we were watching Attack on Titan, and then we were watching JoJo, and then we were watching Full Metal Alchemist, and these were all shows that were very, very heavy. They were very heavy shows. They had a lot of symbolism. They had a lot of sadness and pain and suffering. Their things were very like out of body, ethereal. Like they're just crazy shit happening in these shows. And I thought to myself, I needed a show that was very grounded, simple, and to the point. So I picked up Megalobox. I was like, okay, it's about niggas throwing hands. I'm okay with that. I'm down with that. That is exactly what I'm looking for. And that is exactly what I got. And there's not many shows that you can pick up, and that is exactly what you got. I wanted something simple, something that that was about niggas throwing hands. And that's what it came down to. Two people who love the sport, and to the very end, they showed their love for the sport. There's something very I've always and it reminds me of the Haikyuu reactions, in which I really, oh my god, if people think that I've given up on Haikyuu, I haven't. I really want to do Haikyuu again. But it reminds me of my Haikyuu reactions, where things, when it comes to sport, there's a love that you don't get in like there's a love that you don't get in like a show like JoJo or Attack on Titan or Full Metal Alchemist. There's something that you don't get out of those shows that you get in an anime like this. All throughout this show, we've got the story of two, well, even though we were focusing on Joe, we got the story of two people who are trying to find that fire in that love for what they do. Joe trying to create something of himself because of his love for the sport, and Yuri trying to create something of himself to find his love for the sport again. And when it came down to it, at the very last episode, we didn't get, I love that we didn't get like a I don't know. I love that we didn't get like some super crazy twist. It was like, no, the real fight was there was no like underhanded shit. There was no like, break of the mind. There was nothing like that. It was a 13-round boxing match where there was a winner, well, not a clear winner because they was going crazy on each other, but there was a winner, and both parties got exactly what they wanted. Throughout this show, we have had the motif of constantly playing chicken with death, driving towards that edge and playing chicken with death. And that can symbolize a lot of things in a lot of situations where a lot of these boxers were pretty much playing with death. I mean, you can see it in the fact that that's the first 13-round fight in history. Yeah, a 13-round fight is not super uncommon. Like in regular boxing, I mean, like it can happen, or like exceeding the round limit happens. You know what I'm saying? But for that to be the first tells you a lot. A lot of these people are playing with death, and a lot of these people get very fucking close. But for these two to play with death to the point of getting to that final round, there's something that just matches up so well with the motifs of this show. And it genuinely feels like everybody, like, we don't get very many happy endings. I almost don't want to go into season 2. I'm excited to see what season 2 has to offer. Trust me, I am. Because I have no idea where you go from here. But I almost don't want to get into season 2. Like, I want to have like a in-depth, how we usually have in-depth conversations about what's going on here, and like, this is what this means and all. But we don't, like, there's just something so special about this ending. And it may be because we don't get very many happy endings. Like, we get endings that work out. You know what I'm saying? Like, JoJo Part 4 had a happy ending. Well, it had an ending that worked out, which, you know, you can classify as a happy ending. Comparative to what happened in every other part, that ending worked out. Attack on Titan, it's not looking like it's about to have a happy ending, but it's probably going to have an ending that worked out. I'm okay with that. Same thing as JoJo. I'm okay with that they had an ending that worked out. I'm glad it was great. These are great endings. I'm sure that Attack on Titan is going to have a great ending. Fullmetal Alchemist, when that ends, I'm sure it's going to have an ending that works out. Maybe even a happy ending. Like, all of these can be classified as happy endings. But it's very rare that you get an ending this happy. And I hate the stigma of happy ending. Like, even me, I don't. A happy ending has to be. To me, a happy ending has to be earned. And there are some shows that don't exactly earn their happy ending, and it's obvious when you watch the shows, you know. But this show truly feels like it earned its happy ending. It's fine. I love that Yuri was in the fight of his life. Joe was in the fight of his life, and they can sit down at a barbecue at the end of the day, and it's so, like, I think it reminds me of JoJo Part 3, where it was the pure testosterone of the show. The fact that all this shit was happening, these people, like, it was just manly men shit. All this shit was happening. At the end of the day, they could be buddies and sit down and have a drink. It was great. So when it comes to this show, for them to be at each other's throat, beating each other's ass, and it's just an all-out brawl, and, you know, they're damn near beating each other to death. And you have to realize how grounded this show is. Like, these people are beating each other to death. And at the end of the show, they are sitting down having a barbecue, laughing and play and joking and all this other shit. He brought little gears for the kids. Nambu is blind, but shit, he's having a great time. He's having a great time. Yuri's got his dog. You know, they're chilling. Just, you know, okay, granted, he's in a wheelchair, but I mean, shit, Nambu's blind. You know, everything wasn't honky-dory, but they knew what they got themselves into. A happy ending that was earned. This show didn't give you any like, I don't know, like, signs that it was going to be any more than what we got into. And I love that the show stayed true to itself. This is about niggas boxing and how much they love boxing. Now, there was definitely some things in there that were a little bit more nuanced, you know, the Aragaki thing and Yuri's dream and Joe, you know, being nameless but giving himself a name and you know, remembering who he is. All of that, you know, all of that. But like I said, what I'm more impressed with is how simple this story is, but how inter-fucking-taining it is. This was so fun to watch. This show was so fun to watch. There's something very special about short anime. And I've always loved short anime. Like, the 13 episode anime is like one of the most fun I have when watching anime. Like some of my favorite anime, like some of my underrated, like on my underrated list, are 13 episode anime. And this just knocked it out the park. This show just knocked it out the park. It's so fucking simple, but it's so fucking good. It's great. I think one or a couple things that I will talk about the episode though is first of all, we kind of extend the respect for, like, in last episode we talked so much about the respect that I've earned, or the respect that Yuri earned from me, and they kind of showed an extension of that by Sachio giving Yuri the water, because he could not sit down through the surgery and the pain and being in the fight. If he sat down, he was not getting up, and I know what that feeling is. I know what that feeling is all about. That type of exhaustion on his body, yeah, I know that he was not going to get back up. If he sat down, he was not. If he rested, he was not getting back up. So it's even more respect on his name, first of all. And seeing Sachio being like, hey bro, get yourself a drink. I see you struggling. Get yourself a drink. And I was really worried for a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I was really worried for a little bit in the show, because like the more he like dropped his drink and all the other stuff, I was like, ooh shit, I hope that we don't win on like a technicality of his, you know, him recovering from his surgery. But when Sachio gave him the water, I was like, oh yeah, we in this for the long haul. See him being like, yo, I don't need your pity, dog. He's like, dog, this is not pity. Respect. You got here, and you're here without the gear. Respect. Get this drink. You deserve it, my boy. Great. Solidifying the respect that I have for Yuri. You know, the viewer already got the respect for Yuri, but you know, now we can see the team have it. All through this episode, we're seeing Yuri, you know, all through the show, we've seen Joe like find his individuality and all this other stuff, but lately we've been seeing Yuri find his individuality, taking off the gear. You know what I'm saying? Taking off the Shirado brand on his jacket and leaving just Yuri. Becoming his own man. He's not an owned dog anymore. And at the end, they were two scarred up animals. Just like Pop said, they were two scarred up animals going at it. And it was beautiful. That was boxing. In that moment when Pops was looking on with no eyes, may I add, he's just hearing this shit, feeling the vibrations of the fight, and hearing the vibrations of the fight, and he's just crying because he can hear how good of a fight this is. He can hear how good of a fight this is. When I tell you that this episode was just done so well. It was done so well. Like it so simple, but done so well. Done so fucking well. Also really liked the part with I always forget her name. I think it's Yukiko. Maybe wrong, Yukiko, where she's talking to the military guys, and this has been like kind of a B plot almost in the show, where she has been kind of like showing off the gear to military people, generals and stuff, to be used, and the military asks a very important question, may I add. Can you add guns to this? Which is, yeah, the military is going to ask that if you shoot them cybernetic arm, like if you, hey, I got cybernetic arms, you want that? Can you add guns to it? Of course they're going to ask that question, right? And she said something that I was a little bit taken aback when she said it, like for a bit. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, they're not weapons. I was like, now, in my mind, I was like, now I know that, but I didn't think that you knew that, right? Which leads me to believe that either in some way she always knew that. She always knew that, like, the plight of the Shirato company, or at least her, is that she is trying to make the human body better. She's trying to upgrade it. Now, granted, we've already had our conversation about like how that's not really, in a way, it's not possible. The human body is the epitome. You can't get higher than that. The only thing that can get hot, that can rise above the human body is the human body. So that's gonna be a little bit difficult. But when she says like, yo, it's not a weapon, and the military's like, but you use it for your blood sport, and she's like, no, so you got it all fucked up. Our philosophies are different. And it took me by surprise, because like I said, I knew that. I understood that they were trying to make extensions of the human body, not weapons. Now, it may look like a blood sport outside of it. From the outside looking in, yes, it very much looks like a blood sport. But they were more or less trying to make extensions of the human body. So when she says that, I'm like, yeah, I knew that, but I didn't know that you knew that. So only leads me to believe that she knew that in some way, shape, or form, in some capacity, she knew that. Or Yuri himself taking the gear off and showing the grit of just the human mind and body pretty much changed her view on that. Now, I think she always held that view in some way, shape, or form, but I think Yuri's actions reinforced it or energized it in a way. So while, Yuri left and all this other stuff, it's, he left Team Shirato and all this other stuff. It still spells out a happy ending for Yukiko as well, because now she now has a clearer view of what she wants the gear to be used for. The gear isn't bad. Now, throughout this watching the show, I may come off as like, no, fuck the gear, we ain't using that because that shit dirt. You know what I'm saying? But the gear isn't bad. The philosophy behind the gear was a little fucked. And sometimes it wasn't even the philosophy behind the gear, it's the fact that the idea of just using the human body was a better option. Joe going in gearless was a better option. Specifically because it was Joe. But also sometimes just in general, that's a better option. So I just love how they round, like it like I said, it makes me want to see what the hell the second season is about, because they rounded this all out very well. Like, this show could end right here and never have anything else like left to show us, and I would be cool with that. This is a great ending to this show. But I wonder what exactly happens next, because I like the fact that Joe is just taking his time now. I like the fact that Yuri is just now taking his time. When you have a fight like that, do you really need, I don't want to say do you really need any other fight, but like, would you really be hungry for more afterwards? You're still gonna love the sport, but like, I feel like I would. That was the game of my life. That was the fight of my life. That was the whatever of my life. I need to take a break from that and savor that moment. And I love that that's what they're doing here. This was just great, dude. This was just absolutely great. Like, I know we didn't talk. I know this in this discussion we didn't talk about a lot of like the very nuanced, nitty gritty shit like we usually do. But dear God, I just really had to gush over how well-rounded this story was. Like, this is one of the most well-rounded shows I've seen. And like, yes, it's easy to do that when your show is so short, but you'd be surprised how many anime try to do too much or they do too little and it ends up not being as good. This show is one of the most well-rounded shows I've seen. We started here and we got here, and it was perfect all the way through. There was nothing wrong with it. It may not be some people's cup of tea, but god damn it, you'd be lying to say that the show wasn't good, or you know, it was, God forbid the anime community uses its almighty word mid, you know, which if anybody says, anytime anybody says that, who cares? I don't fuck with the anime community like that. I watch anime, but I don't fuck with the community. Point is, this show, they did the damn thing. I am not disappointed. Like, this show did not disappoint me. And now I'm excited to see what happens next. Great show. Really enjoyed this. Really enjoyed this episode. The you know, I love the niche anime animation that they use. You know, the Cowboy Bebop looking animation. Loved all that. Just everything was great about this show. As much as I love this ending, as much as I love a happy ending, like I said, I almost don't want to watch season 2 because of how great this ending was. I can't wait to see season 2. But yeah, this is great, man. This is great. We will be getting, like, I'll say it again, just in case, we will be getting into season 2, but I really want this. I really want to let this ending breathe. Like, especially after that ending, I really just want to let this anime breathe and just, like, I want to take all this in real quick, and then we'll get to season 2 eventually. But we definitely will be getting season 2. This was just great, man. This was really good. I really enjoyed this. So if you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, all the other stuff. If you're just a lurker, I appreciate you too. If you have any requests, whether it be more Megalobox or something totally different, the best place to send that in. Otherwise, my social media links gonna be in the description below. And if you want these episodes early, or whenever we start season 2 at least, you can subscribe to my Patreon. Link's going to be below for that as well. So, with all that being said, let me get my off button ready. There he goes. You all stay amazing, stay safe, and take care of yourselves.